Hello guys, my name is Fernando Garcia and I am here to explain my final budget for the EDU 528. So we had $60,000 to spend on 10 sports. So that would come out of an average of about 6,000 per sport. But I ended up not doing that. I did something totally different. The first thing I did is I took 25% off the items of the wish list of every sport. I just took them right off. I took the bottom ones, um, and yeah, because at the end I had a total of about 90,000. So that we were way over budget. So whenever I took off all that, I had we were still about $964 short. Um, no, we're $9,642 short. So with women's soccer, we had 1,578. Men's soccer, we had 376. Nope, 3,765. Men's volleyball, we had 2,592. Women's volleyball, they had probably the most things on their wish list. They had about 21 items, so even after taking 25 off, we still had quite a bit of money. Softball here, 9,929. Uh, Boys basketball, they had a really big ticket item, so theirs was pretty big at 12,453. Girls basketball was pretty decent, was 5,729. Baseball was 7,896. Track was 2,492, and wrestling was 11,151. So there it is. Clearly, we were way over budget still. So what I ended up doing is I kind of went back through, and then I did the average of, or the sum of every sport, and you can see it in this little chart right here. And then I took the average. Then I kind of saw which teams were really spending the most, with the 25% still being off. And obviously, women's volleyball was probably the highest one still. So with them, I took off a bunch of stuff, and I just kept going down the list. I am hopeful that I have a staff that is capable enough to make smart decisions, and that they wouldn't put the volleyball target challenge net above the volleyball scorebook. Hopefully, I have a trusting staff that they will actually have things prioritized how they should. If I don't trust people, then I would probably go back and look and see, hey, what do you need more? Again, the biggest thing too is that I'm not actually down in the trenches. I don't know how they run the practices, so I want to make sure that they have full autonomy of that. So moving forward, here you can tell that all the green is the stuff that I kept, and then all the orange is the stuff I took out. So you notice that for soccer, I didn't take out a whole bunch, but for women's soccer and men's soccer, they were both two of the least expensive sports. It's women's soccer being the least expensive, with only $1,774 of spending. So I ended up just giving them everything. They have a pretty small wish list, so I went ahead. They only had 8 items as opposed to the 21, so that was totally fine. And then for the most part, I did the same thing. I tried to down this to under 10,000 per sport. This table here, that's the sum of these things, the total cost of the wish list for each sport. So wanted to keep that under 10,000 for everybody. Here I got the average, and everybody averages it about 6,000. So that's right where we need it to be, because there was 10 sports and we needed $60,000. So as I mentioned before, I took the top things off, for the exception of a couple. So for boys basketball, their number one wish list was this goal setter adjustable glass backboard. So they need it In a new backboard, they needed 6 of them, and that came out to 9,449. I didn't want to be a jerk and only give them that, so then I took the things that were still under $100 or under $1,000, and that added up to a total of, where's it at? Boys basketball, 9,814. So they got a lot of stuff. Um, so obviously next year I would give them the lowest um, budget. So they better only have 8 things. And like if we look at soccer, the most expensive thing they have is about 319. Those are uniforms. So that is how I'm gonna do it. I sometimes, with how timing is and with how people use them, then things get a little skewed, and not everybody has to the same amount, right? It's not going to be a perfect world. People are going to need different things at different times. Maybe soccer next year they need different goals or new goals, so then they're going to spend a whole bunch of money, while basketball already spent theirs with the new rims, and then they're only going to get jerseys or t-shirts or something like that. Same thing for girls basketball. Boom. Um, Nothing too intense there. For baseball, again, I only took off a couple things. I also wanted to keep most things under 10 items. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I have 9, 11, just because women volleyball really wanted a lot. So yeah, probably around 10 items, and the wish list was what I ended up decided, just because of how the numbers were adding up. And then again, everything was kind of like here discus purpose, or the discus cage. It's the very bottom of the list, so I'm assuming theirs is gonna be okay, or is gonna be able to hold up for a couple years. So then maybe next year that is gonna be the first thing that we purchase. But according to this boys track, then the stopwatch and the starting blocks were a lot more important than the discus cage. Then this is the other thing that I did that I just did a little bit differently. They were right on the bubble of a lot of money, and then they wanted this takedown machine that was $2,300. So I ended up just getting the Greco throwing dummy, which is somewhat of the same, still helping practice with no partner available, but that is way cheaper, right? $500 is a lot more doable than $2,300. Um, so that's really the only one where, as opposed to, or as well as basketball, where I only did, when I didn't only take off the bottom tier. Um, so yeah, that is my project. I ended with a wide range, with the women's soccer being at 1,774, and all the way to the boys basketball with 9,814. That all averaged out to be 5,999. And again, I got a total of 59,991 with 49 cents. And I had $8 left over. So maybe I'll just buy a pack of gum for all the coaches for them to, to split up. But that is how I chose everything. That is why I chose everything. And again, I'm hopeful that I have a good staff and a smart staff, and they're able to have the right choices. So that is all I have for you guys. Thank you very much.